my arch enemy. Hello, Butter Guy.
Hey, good morning, Greg.
What's up?
Greg, before I ask a question about Judon, I just have like a little question. Do you diss Drake May because you're sad that Mac Jones is gone?
Yes. I miss Mac Jones.
Honestly.
I miss
I
am the island is even lonelier than it was prior to his departure. So yes, I miss Mac Jones.
Okay. I miss him too. I'm sure a lot of Patriots fans miss Mac Jones. But yeah, Judon, I read some article that the only reason he's acting like a sourpuss out there is the fact that the Crafts have the most cap space on any other NFL franchise. And it's funny how quiet the Crafts are being right now while this all plays out. But I just wondered what your thoughts were with, Judon using the cap space as an excuse, and also with Sam Williams going down in Dallas with an ACL tear. I wonder if that could be like a potential trade suitor for Judon. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. I mean, they have a ton of cap space, but that has nothing to do in my mind with Matthew Judon's situation. I mean, he went and got himself a new deal last season. He said days ago, I put my name on it and I signed it and I essentially got a play on it. And now he's getting into it with Gerard Mayo publicly in front of everybody and telling fans, go harass Elliott Wolf and Matt Groh. That's not the kind of guy I want on my football team.
But isn't that what Tom Brady said years ago? Didn't he say, go talk to Mr. Kraft?
That was different. He didn't say go.
It's kind of the same thing.
It was not. He didn't say go. He didn't say go. He told the media to go talk to Robert Kraft. He didn't tell fans to go
How do you
harass.
not understand the massive difference between signing autographs and telling fans to heckle your boss and being asked about your contract and saying, ask the guy who's in charge about it?
Yeah, look, I get there's a difference, but I'm just saying, there's some similarities there as well. And to Judon's credit, I understand he should probably play, but at the same time, he has an argument. Harold Landry is getting paid $23 million a year,
Eagles.
And he's as good as Harold Landry.
Yeah. Okay,
that's
then he
great.
shouldn't have signed the deal last year then.
Yeah, but his only recourse is to do this.
Yes,
that's the only recourse.
Wiggy,
listen, you can wiggy me all day long. That's
You
all.
wouldn't do it.
If I was Matt Judon, I would.
No, you would not.
Yes, I would, Greg. How are you going to tell me what I would do?
Wiggy, you would not go
Yes,
and
I
tell.
would.
Would you go and tell the fans to harass your boss?
Are you damn right?
You would?
Yep. If my
Okay, call Ken today. I'm very unhappy.
You're not that kind of person.
Matthew Judon is in a position where he can do that. It's not about being that kind of person. It's about knowing what your worth is and knowing the type of leverage you have.
Yeah, this isn't anything against him personally. You're right. He has the right to do this.
Right.
But when it comes to Gerard Mayo, how do you make sure that this doesn't affect your locker room? You now have to get rid of him.
Yeah,
that
right.
sucks.
Yeah, of course.
But that's the nature of the beast. That's the nature of the beast when you don't want to pay this guy. Why? Listen, I get what Judon's doing. But we never go kicking and screaming when owners or front office people go in the world of football go, okay, I know you have a contract. We don't want to honor that contract because that's paying you too much money. We want you to take a pay cut. So there's no problem with that at all.
And can we just change some of the narrative about Belichick? And you make great points today, Courtney and Greg, about this. But last year, Judon complained, and Belichick acquiesced and gave him more money.
Yep.
So to say that this is, Bill created this in several ways. And it was August 7th is when Judon's new deal came through. So it's July 30th. Mm-hmm. It's almost a year to the date, and Bill capitulated and said, here's your money. Yeah. So, to say that this is some behavior that would have never been tolerated isn't exactly the truth.
And he's trying to force his way out.
It may have been the approach because I don't remember Matthew Judon dressing Bill Belichick down out in front of everybody during training camp at Gillette Stadium. So
right. I don't think he was there. According to this story, Dan Roach said that he arrived saying, I'm back here today and I'm ready to play football.
And I think he's at a point now where he might see the writing on the wall that they don't want to pay him. So he's trying to force his way out by maybe having a little bit of bad boy behavior.
That's fine. Then you have forced your way out. See you later.
Yeah.
Football coverage here on WEEI is presented by T-Mobile. Switch to T-Mobile, and you can get tons of benefits and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. Use their savings calculator to find out how at T-Mobile.com/switch. Speaking of football coverage, got good news yesterday. We will be joined every Friday during the NFL season by our guy, Jelani Tavai, once again on this radio program. Great interview, I believe.
Great interview.
So he will join us on Fridays. Shaim, what? What?
Nothing. I'm just checking something with Curtis.
What are you
before
checking?
They said it. An audio. I'm verifying an audio clip before I go and use it for They Said It. That's all. You know, I'm trying to be responsible, Greg.
He doesn't
I
want
like your responsibility.
You know, I don't
really
want to get Eric shunned. I've done that a couple times already lately. I don't want that to happen again.
You were wondering if it was an actual legit audio cut.
Well, it very much looks legit. I also wanted to make sure it wasn't
could be AI generated.
It could be. It absolutely could be, but I just wanted to make sure it wasn't dated or anything like that, and so that's why I gave it to Curtis, and I wanted to see if he could verify.
I need you to go back to it. I hit the wrong button.
You're thorough.
Yeah, very thorough. I love that about you.
I like the tie-dye today, too.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I love these shirts, by the way. They're a little boxy, but they're cropped a little bit lower, which is I'm not used to.
Crop top for Shime.
No, it's not a crop top, but
Yeah.
it's cropped lower. Normally, I'm more of a long shirt guy.
I see.
less
Standing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep. Very cool. Very hip. Very
yeah.
stylish.
Looks great.
Thank you. I'm trying to. Got the joggers on, my Jordans on. I'm feeling good. I'm actually waiting for a Jordan drop at 10 a.m. today. It's going to be great.
What's dropping today?
There's a Jordan 3 Retro Wings based on the city of Portland, Oregon. The design, the colorway is fire. And then
big Portland, Oregon fan, are you?
No, it's just like it represents the city of roses, so it's got like the little pink details with the green and the white. It's really nice.
What will those set you back?
What's up?
What will they set you back?
If you get them retail, I think they're like $215, but right now they're already going for over $100 more on like StockX and stuff.
Oh, I like these. The pink soles.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Kind of
Those are
fire.
expensive.
Those are fire.
Procedural operational question. Do you want to do They Said It at 7:20? Because I got a couple. There's Bob is got an issue with me, and I'm fine. I like that. Bob, what's up?
Hey, kid.
Hey, kid.
Hey, Greg, I love you to death, brother. Like, normally I'm on your side, but this time, dude, why are you siding with the billionaire owners and not the guy who actually earns his money? Like, come on. The guy has earned a new contract. I don't know. And it's not like Robert Kraft doesn't have the money. Why is he cheaping out?
So if you
pay the guy, he's your best player. He's your best player. Pay him.
Well, I don't know that I don't know that he's the best player currently on this defense.
He's your best defensive player.
It's better than Christian Gonzalez?
Yes.
Okay. Is he going to be happy with this deal, or is he going to, if he plays well 6 games in, is he going to want another one? I mean,
he'll be happy.
When does it stop?
He'll be happy. He knows that this is his last kick at the can. So this is what he has to. Unfortunately, in the world of the NFL, because there is no guaranteed contracts, when you have that type of leverage or you're that type of superstar, this is what you have to do.
I don't like the way he's going about it.
Well, the reason why he's going about it this way.
Why?
Is because they're forcing his hand.
Okay.
So how about
you work for somebody? You work for Elliott Grow. You work for Gerard Mayo. Have a little respect.
Well, maybe they should have a little respect for him and say, you know what, Matt, you're worth a lot more than $6.5 million. Here's what we're gonna do.
Here's my question to you, Wiggy, because you make great points. However, let's say Judon was in the final year of a deal where he wasn't living up to his contract. And Matt Groh was walking around telling fans to heckle Judon because he's not earning his money. How do you think that'd be received?
Well, if he wasn't living up to his living up to his deal in the final year, you know what they do? They'd go, "Oh, we need you to take a pay cut, or we're cutting you."
Right. But answer that question I just gave you. That if his bosses were telling fans to heckle him, how do you think Judon would take it?
I think Judon would be like, whatever.
So you think Matthew Judon would be okay with Matt Groh walking around telling fans to heckle him?
Yeah, I think I think Judon would be like, whatever. Okay. Just as long as you paying me my money, I don't care what it is. But that's the thing. If Judon was underperforming, they would go to him and say, you need to take a pay cut.
Do you think that Judon deserves a raise off of last year?
And
he played 4 games last season.
Do you think Matthew Judon deserves a raise off of last year?
So answer this question.
No, answer Curtis's question.
I was speaking first. When they go to Judon,
if anybody sighs, I leave.
When they go to Judon and they say, we need you to take a pay cut because maybe you're not performing at the level that we want you to be performing at, why can't Judon go, honor my contract?
Absolutely, he can do that. But what I'm expressing to you is that in this position, like entering last year,
yes,
I am totally on your side. Matthew Judon deserved a raise. He was excellent, one of the best pass rushers in football. Entering this year, a year after getting a sweetener and only playing in 4 games,
no, I agree with
I don't believe he's in a position to be doing this.
I agree. He is in a position to do it because he still has the leverage in the sense that he's considered, whether you want to say he's their second best player on defense, he still has that leverage underneath him where he can do this. If he was a guy that they didn't want,
he's basically holding them
hostage
at gunpoint.
Yes,
at ransom.
You got to.
Great movie.
You don't.
That's the way it works in the NFL.
No,
it does, Greg.
Wiggy, there are people who don't do it.
Who don't do it?
Give me back my son.
In what sports leagues don't they do it?
Guys don't go back every single year and demand a new deal.
What sports
in
leagues?
the NFL, guys sign 2-3-year deals and they don't go back and demand a new deal every year.
Guys go back. Hey, listen,
Wiggy, come
elite
on,
players.
I feel like 10 or 20 guys holding in right now in the NFL, like that are of
CeeDee Lamb. Jordan Love was doing it.
CeeDee Lamb,
Jamar Chase, Brandon Ayuk.
CeeDee Lamb is probably going to be the guy who's on the outs there, so he would like to have some sort of understanding about what kind of deal he's going to get.
But this is the
He also is in the top 3 of his position currently in the NFL.
And so is Matt Judon on his team. But in the world of the NFL, Greg, this is how business is done when you're a player. This is not the NHL where the contracts are guaranteed. It's not the NBA where the contracts are guaranteed, and it's not Major League Baseball. In the world of the NFL, the only way you can – if you're a player of that caliber, every guy ain't doing it, but when you're of that caliber and you know your value to that team, that's what you do.
This is Jeff from Easton. What's up, Jeff?
Hey, I don't really care what they do with Judon, but I do care that you guys have coined the new term, become the limousine Republicans, that the guy, last caller, was right on. We're just telling Matthew Judon to shut up and go back to work.
What? Well, Jeff, don't you think there's a pretty big difference?
Millionaires over the millionaires?
Jeff, don't you think it's a pretty big difference for telling a guy to stop telling fans to harass his bosses and not practice and saying that you should just go on the field? This is not some social stance that Matthew Judon's taking. He's demanding money. He's unhappy that he hasn't gotten it. And he's mad that he doesn't have leverage. That's the issue. It's nothing to do with what Greg and I are saying.
No, he has leverage. His leverage is to do what he's doing.
I'm calling to take umbrage with what you guys are saying. We've become the limousine Republicans here on EIEI, where we have to just shut up and take it, like yesterday.
We ain't no limousine.
I don't understand the analogy at all.
What do you call us?
Republicans.
Yeah, no. And listen,
limousine Republicans. They used to be limousine liberals. You're siding with the billionaires over the working man.
Bingo.
I'm siding against a guy acting like a jackass by telling fans to stop to heckle his boss.
No. Curtis, I love you, buddy, but yesterday you told us to all shut up and just take it. You said we just got to sit back and take it. Now Matt Judon stands up for himself, and you tell him to sit back and take it.
Wiggy, correct me if I'm wrong. Every time we've had this conversation, Wiggy, I have sided with the player. I bring up Kyle Van Noy. I argued with Greg at Granite Links a week ago today about this very subject. I think that by and large, you side with the player because their contracts aren't guaranteed. They have a very limited earning span that the owners can make money for 50 years. The players can make it for 5. But there are certain behaviors that cross a line, and what Judon did yesterday crossed that line. It's not that hard. I don't want to get into like MSNBC
The
crossfire.
world of sports and football is not like other sports. And I blame some of that on the players, but it's just a different game. This is what you have to do when you're of that status. In basketball, if you're the superstar, you don't have to hold out. You don't have to do those things. But in football, this is what you have to do. And plenty of guys, if I was an agent for players and I had a player, I would say, listen, this is what we need to do in order for you to get paid or get traded and go somewhere else and get paid.
Has Gerard Mayo lost that locker room already?
It's not looking good, though.
No, it's just one player. I think it's one player that he knows.
Godchow doesn't seem to be that happy either.
Yeah, but when you hear the other players talk, like I don't think he's lost the locker room.
And
No,
do you
Drake May's lost his receivers.
And you think Mayo agrees with him?
Yeah, probably.
down
But I
inside,
think
yeah.
that's the issue. Whereas Bill probably didn't agree with this a lot of the time because he had never been there before. Gerard Mayo has that side, and I think that's why players maybe feel like they can say whatever they want to him.